they could be smiling in terms of exporting at cheaper prices, but the method of producing what they're going to export is another issue entirely, and that brings us back to the issue of infrastructure, which we're still trying to get, to be better than it used to be. Okay, let's move on now to the capital market. I'm sure you've also been monitoring what's going on in that aspect of the Nigerian economy. And last year was not too impressive for investors, both locally and internationally. We all know that foreign investors pulled out as the U.S. quantitative easing came to an end. Now, how do you think, what kind of measures do you think that we back home, the Nigerian capital market authorities, can employ to be able to transform the market and bring it back to shape?
I think they are doing everything they can do. I think, yes, what the importance of the capital market as a place where people can transform their savings into investment is there. But in our market, it's still dominated by bank and private money. The capital market is still relatively small. As the size of our economy, the capital market in Nigeria is less than $100 billion on a $500 billion economy. South Africa is $1 trillion on a $350 billion economy. So it's not still as large. So we still need to get more companies to get listed. But for those companies to get listed, we need to have private sector that is growing. We need to have government parastatals that is being privatized, that is being listed on the stock exchange, so that you have available stock options. We have various companies that are listed. I think they're doing as much as they can do, but that is, the capital market is always going to be on the far end of the development of the economy. You need to have the bank led in terms of loans and go to start with. You need the companies to get formed. You need the government companies to become bigger, and then they get listed.
Okay, now on the issue of the elections are here, and a lot of effort has been made to see that we don't close shops in terms of economic growth and development and just focus on the politics right now. But what do you think we can do to ensure that Nigeria continues to be foreign investment destination? There was actually a report from the Wall Street Journal Frontier Market Index, which rated Nigeria as the most watched economy in terms of the choice for investment. How can we consolidate on that and ensure that we not just top the list of the most watched economy, but be able to take a step further by transforming the economy at large?
I think on election, it's an election period, and I wouldn't say much on election, but what I think we need to get to, I hope we have a peaceful election that doesn't, and there is, the winner wins and the loser wins. And at the end of the day, the country needs to win. Where we need to get to an election is that in the future, I hope, election just become one of those events that does not cause the economy to cease. That we know that one person will win, and in 4 years' time, another person will win, and in 4 years' time, another person will win. That is the journey of democracy, and that is where we need to get to. And once we get there, then people become certain that the institutions are there. Institution ensures continuity. It's not just, because the election is just the leadership, but there are institutions that are there that will ensure continuity. If you go to countries like America today, or in all those other developed markets today, there are elections, there are political changes, but the institutions are the one that drive investors. Continuity is the one that allows people to be able to place their savings in the country over a longer time, to be able to have foreign direct investment. It is continuity, and continuity is institution. So strengthening our institution is what is going to be key. I wish every contestant the best of luck. I wish every contestant peace, but I wish the country wins through peace.
Now, foreign investors pulled out of the economy from the capital market in terms of capital flight last year. And now that we have been rated as the most watched economy, do you think that we'll see influx of these investors into the country again, knowing that they have more money to buy cheaper assets in Nigeria?
I think people move away whenever they have uncertainty. The definition of risk is uncertainty. And when that uncertainty is heightened, people move away. And when that uncertainty goes down, people will move back. It is not because it becomes cheaper that will allow people to move back. It's because the uncertainty is being removed. If the uncertainty is removed, you see people coming back.
What's your outlook for growth for this year for Nigeria and also sub-Saharan Africa?
I think Nigeria, the World Bank has given a number, the government has given a number. I think 5% is what has been talked about.
Okay, I just want a final word from you as we wrap up this conversation. What advice would you give our government, the incumbent, we still have a few weeks to go, and the new one when it comes into power, in terms of how it can achieve economic growth?
I think the government should stay focused on the things that we can do and give hope to the mass of this country that there is a good future.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to hold on for a minute, a few seconds. We're going on a break, and I'll wrap up the program when we return. We've been speaking to the Chief Executive Officer at Sub-Saharan Africa for Citibank. He is Mr. Ade Ayeyemi. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. We're running home stretch. Our guest has been Ade Ayeyemi, the Chief Executive Officer in charge of Sub-Saharan Africa at Citibank, and we've been talking about the Nigerian economy and, of course, what's going on in the Sub-Saharan Africa itself. Thank you for still being a part of the show.
Thank you.
We'll wrap it up very soon. I would like us to talk about the foreign exchange market before we close. Before you came on board, we had the director in charge of monetary policy at the central bank talking about the forex market. For you, outside of the country, I know that Citibank is also here in Nigeria. What do you think is going on? What assessment can you give the development in the forex market here in Nigeria?
I think when given the change in the terms of trade for the country, when the price of oil dropped significantly, and the central bank was trying everything, I think the market players were trying a lot of things to see how can they maintain the value of the currency. I think there were some of the steps that was taken at that time that probably the market participant led to significant dry up of liquidity in the currency, and therefore the government then the central bank then worked with all the market participants to try and bring that back. I think one of that was the reduction of position to 0. And I think the central bank then moved into 0.1. Just to be clear on what position means for the banks, right? If you take the market woman at Okari, okay, they sell goods, and those goods they have inventory. That inventory is to be able to supply the customer when they come. And when you go to Okari market to buy something and you go there with your money, you want to see the goods and then you buy. You pay for it and then you take the goods away and the market woman then go and replenish. That is what position means for a bank. So if the bank does not have any position, it's like the woman in Okari market not having any stock. And you get there and you say, well, I want to buy toothpaste. You said, well, I don't have toothpaste, I'll go and buy it for you. That means that you will not have the confidence to go there. That means the price discovery will not happen as quickly as it should. And I think the central bank has then moved back to say now it can be 0.5%, which I think is going to be more helpful.
Okay, you're watching from outside of the country. Do you think our market is illiquid, our foreign exchange market is illiquid? Because if you look at the JP Morgan Chase index on emerging markets, looking at the bond market and the forex market, it actually said that we have the challenge of illiquidity in the country. But do you think that is the case?
It's not what I think. That's what I've just explained to you. If you go to a market woman in Okari, let's make it very clear, very simple. If you go to the market woman in Okari and you get to the shop and there's no toothpaste and there's no soap, and it says, this is my counter, I sell provision here. It's not liquid because you can find those things to buy. But if you can find it to buy, then it's liquid. You get there and your needs get satisfied. What is meaning of liquidity? When you want it, your needs get satisfied. In Okari market, liquidity means you get there, you pay, and you're able to collect the goods instantly. Your needs get satisfied. That's the meaning of liquidity.
All right, thank you. I have to leave it at that. Thank you for coming on the program. Ade Ayeyemi is the Chief Executive Officer in charge of Sub-Saharan Africa at Citibank, and we have been taking a look at Nigeria's economic development and what can be done to ensure that we spur growth and sustain the level of results that we've achieved so far. Just to let our viewers know that any time from now, we will be joining a live coverage of the PDP presidential rally in Akure, Ondo State. That'll be coming up any moment from now. Thank you once again, Mr. Adeyemi, for coming on Business Morning.
It's a pleasure.
And that'll be it here on the show. Thank you so much for also joining me, and also we appreciate your time with us on the program. Thank you for watching. I am Bolaji Akinwale.